All right. Again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting Realms One Shot that's more than one. Hi!
Could have named this slightly better. It's fine.
No, I like that, actually.
Realms One Shot, that's actually a two shot. Welcome to the sequel trilogy.
A Realms more than one shot.
Put that on a shirt.
I think it's catchy. Guys, this is what a marketing degree gets you in this day and age.
Wow, I was going to say brainstorming with a team of highly creative individuals, but sure, yeah, blame it on your degree, whatever.
Me and my master's just groaned a little bit.
Okay, it's not a pissing contest.
It's not. I don't even have my master's yet. Anyway.
So... hi, everybody. We appreciate everyone who has decided to either pause playing Tears of the Kingdom for a couple of hours, or more likely is playing it on a second screen.
They're playing it while, yeah.
They kind of
we're the background content. Yeah.
Announcements. If anyone is unaware, Tears of the Kingdom came out technically late Thursday night or early Friday morning, depending on what part of the world you live in. But it's been out for over 24 hours, and at least one of us here has been playing it almost every waking moment and live streaming it on this particular channel.
I have come out of my Tears of the Kingdom cocoon to play this one game specifically, and then I will go right back into it.
So, if anyone hasn't had a chance to tune in thus far, Elias has been streaming his Tears of the Kingdom run right here on the Zelda Universe Twitch. He's going to be doing it immediately after, I'm not entirely sure. Sometime after we get done with our one shot today. So, and then I believe tomorrow as well.
Around noon. And considering this can go up until noon, we'll see how much time I have.
Yeah,
maybe gotcha. A little later.
And then tomorrow too, I'm assuming. We have like a schedule and everything.
Yeah. It's tomorrow. It's today after this, and then tomorrow all day.
Cool. So reviews have come in. We're not going to talk about spoilers or anything like that, but I think. Elias and I agree. I don't know if Lex, if you've played it yet, but
I have played about an hour. So for those who are like, why is there a person in the back of behind Elias? I'm with Elias right now because I'm currently in LA.
It is not a camera trick.
Nope, I'm just here. It's crazy.
Elias and
I don't know.
Actually, both exist in the real world.
It is insane. It is insane. But okay. I am sorry. You want to say something?
No, I was just going to say that yes, the stream is echoing because we don't have headphones on, but it's echoing even more whenever you check the stream. And by the way,
I did. That's why I did.
But I'm saying we can hear you check it, and then the echo just.
I'm sorry in advance, but it just wouldn't be. Yeah, I played about an hour.
It's my entire audio is headset. I don't know how that heard.
I don't know.
That's strange.
It is what it is, but
yeah, no, at this point there's not much. If it's really bad, let me know. I just turn the volume down.
Hey, hello, Ted. But we at least Elias and I agree. The tens, the perfect tens that it's been getting in a lot of reviews are definitely worth it. It's a great game. If you haven't picked it up yet, you can go ahead and do it. I used, if you're a Switch Online member, you can get one of their two of their vouchers.
A voucher for 2 games.
Yeah. And that helps you save a little bit of money off the $70 price point. And yeah. So, Zelda universe in general, for some bizarre reason that I have failed to understand, he's going to be talking about it for a while.
I think They already are. I have not been paying too much attention to what other places in Zelda universe have been doing because I've been playing it. But from what I can tell, we have updated ZeldaMaps.com.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really just want to spoil locations for everything in the game, you can do that there. And then I think we have been putting out some YouTube and some publication stuff on the website. So,
and if by slowly you mean my entire subscription feed for a while was almost exclusively Zelda Universe, putting the entire soundtrack on and then a bunch of guides, then absolutely yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't looked at it, but
Same.
that sounds okay.
Yesterday I was quote unquote graduating from grad school.
The entire soundtrack. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how the soundtrack, the whole thing. But I've done nothing related to Tears of the Kingdom aside from like final preps and stuff like that because I've been at USC campus vibing. So this is technically my day one, so this will be fun.
But I do want to point out Funido Duber or Dubber, whatever, however you pronounce your name.
Funi Duber.
I ran Realms of the Wild for 2 years before actually playing Breath of the Wild. So,
and you can bet that when we planned campaign 2, I asked Jody first thing, will you have the game?
Yeah.
Literally. And now we do.
It was hilarious. And for a little while, I don't know if we ever made the joke on stream, but for a little while, it was kind of the running joke of, this is how, that's a reference to the game. And I'm like, yeah, of course it is. Because I have played the game. And then I got a Switch. And it was the first game I got for my Switch.
I mean, I'm assuming it was the first game many people got for their Switch.
It was a launch title.
Not gonna lie, its game ID is 1 on the Switch. Is it? That makes sense. Wait, really? Over 1-2 Switch?
Yeah, I'm.
That's wild.
For physical carts, anyway. I'm lending it to someone to play, but otherwise I'd show you.
I have mine.
Yeah, just look at the bottom. It's got AAAA on its ID.
Wild. I'll have to look.
So, I think it's confirmed the Nintendo Switch was completely designed for The Legend of Zelda. Like, I think that confirms it. So.
Every console is.
Yeah. We love that, though.
But, yeah, so Zelda Universe there's going to be tons and tons and tons of content coming from Zelda Universe.
A universe of Zelda content.
What?
Yeah.
In this
talking about everything from game guides if you get stuck, theories about the various stuff in the games. We have a robust spoiler policy that has been posted literally everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to avoid spoiling yourself, other than the guide content, because we kind of put this blanket thing of, well, if you're looking at a guide, you're going to be spoiled.
Yeah, there's also no spoiler warning on Zelda maps for the same reason.
Yeah. So those two things will not give you a spoiler warning. Literally everything else on every website, on the YouTube channel, we have robust spoiler warnings. So you are welcome to kind of peruse everything, and you will get plenty and plenty of warnings before you get to it. Things like, oh, I wish I didn't know that before I started playing the game. So yes, we. Everyone in the Zelda universe is a massive fan of Zelda. It's the only reason that we belong to this group. So we are just as invested in you guys enjoying the game as we are in you guys enjoying our coverage of it. So, yeah.
There is a headcanon theory to some people on Zelda universe staff that I wasn't actually a Zelda fan for some reason.
I mean, when you make Metroid your entire personality.
It is not my entire personality. Don't look over there.
What?
And, we've already proven pretty conclusively that Metroid is just a prequel to The Legend of Zelda anyways, so...
Yeah, I look forward to...
Yeah, we mentioned it in a panel. Like, that is just science.
Mm-hmm.
Science, yeah.
Correct. I'm standing by that statement.
If you want another proof, in the original A Link to the Past construction manual, it talks about the three goddesses coming from a distant galaxy, which obviously is a reference to Metroid. So
Yeah, if you look at the background hieroglyphics in Zero Mission, there's a Chozo holding a piece of the Triforce. So, you know.
I'm just. We'll be the ones to say it.
yeah, I mean it's what it is, and that's why you never see a Zelda game coming out like the same time or same year as a Metroid game, because they don't want to flood the franchise.
That literally happened.
That happened this year. Fusion Prime Remastered. We're eating good tonight.
Piachi's over here freaking out that there's two people. And by freaking out, I mean, like, wanting attention.
Okay, I will give plenty of attention. Hey.
A slightly non-Zelda related fact. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons Online, the MMO, and I made an artificer, and they get a little robot dog pet, and I named him Pupper, so...
Nice.
I used to go around Eberron shooting my automatic crossbow with my little robot Pupper. And every time he makes a big attack, I'm like, Pupper. This is how my life goes, guys. Other than that, do we have any other big announcements?
The only one I can think of is the one that you asked me if we should announce.
Yeah, I was gonna wait to make sure we didn't have any other things going on.
Yeah,
but
it's all around Tears of the Kingdom right now.
Okay. So for those of you that are tuning in right now, and for those of you that are tuning in tomorrow-ish when this uploads to YouTube, we officially have a title and release date as well, Elias?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yes, I'm just making sure before I say the wrong thing. For Campaign 2 of Realms of the Wild. Campaign 2...
Which will be called neither of those things.
Yes. Campaign 2 will officially be called Tears of the Realms. And we will be... I totally hit the wrong button. Sorry. And we will be launching...
He just deleted the whole campaign just now.
No.
That's exactly what it was.
Goddamn.
We will be launching Campaign 2 on the 17th of June.
Same time.
Same bad time, same bad channel? Cool.
Yep. So we'll be still running it Saturday mornings. You know, consider us the return of Saturday morning cartoons, but brand new campaign. Everyone is playing brand new characters that we are currently kind of ironing out and things like that. It's going to be really cool and awesome. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited. We're excited. Again,
we're also going to try to maintain our weekly cadence.
Yes, as of right now, Realms is going to be weekly as opposed to the every other week that we used to be.
Oh.
So, yeah, you guys can tune in every Saturday and watch us absolutely destroy the Cypher system instead of destroying Open Legend. So,
I forgot about how complicated that was. I'm pull up my character sheet.
I can't wait to roll poorly on fun Zelda dice.
Oh yeah, have you seen those in person? Here you go.
Oh my god, I love these.
Wait, are there Zelda D20s?
He's got an entire Zelda dice set, Jody.
I got a whole little holder for him too.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Got them
Where'd
on
you get those?
Etsy.
I need to get
that
myself a
makes sense. You can
set.
get everything on Etsy.
I think they're technically like spiritual stone dice. They're green with gold.
But they got the Triforce on it,
lettering
so...
on. But I say that because I think they also have a fire and water, red and blue versions.
Oh, that's kind of rad.
Very, very cool.
I love that.
The nice thing about the cipher system, the only dice you need is a D6 and a D20.
Oh, we need a D6.
And I'm going to roll poorly on both of them.
Yeah, D6 is just for recovery rolls. And then the other thing that's nice is the DM or GM doesn't roll. It is entirely the characters. So my bad rolling no longer affects the game. So,
in other news, I will be exclusively GMing in Cypher system from now on.
That's not going to stop me in 5e. I'm sorry.
We had somebody on one of the because we do upload all these to YouTube generally the day after they are here, and we had a conversation on one of the other episodes where one of the commenters was like, "Wow, you wrote really poorly." I'm like, "Oh yes, this is not new at all. I've always wrote poorly. Back when I ran D&D in a physical store, all of my players used to exclusively use abilities that required saving throws instead of attack rolls. So I had to roll instead of the players rolling because they always did better that way." He goes, "Wow, you should try the Cypher system because then you don't roll." And I'm like, "Funny you should say that."
That was funny.
Yeah, one of my characters in my other campaign one of the players in my campaign has a character that is a grappler. And let me tell you something, it's wild to have someone suplex the dragon so hard that even if you roll a natural 20 on it as a GM, they're still going to beat that. And it is so sad.
Sounds funny.
I tried building a grappling, because grappling in 5e is not great. So I tried building a grappling class once, and it's weird for 5e.
I'll have to send you my player's player's character sheet because it is aggressively min-maxed.
I have seen barbarian builds that can do some crazy grappling stuff because rage giving them advantage on their
everything.
Athletics.
Yeah, giving them advantage on a crap ton of stuff just makes it so they can never lose a grapple check. But anyway,
I just envision a wrestling barbarian being like the Ultimate Warrior, just doing that. When the Ultimate Warrior was known for running back and forth, and then grabbing the high rope and just like shaking it up and down vigorously. Just thinking, for some reason, that was the Ultimate Warrior losing it.
I have a barbarian that I'm playing right now that's essentially hey, I don't want to hurt you. You should rethink your life choices. No? Okay, bonk. This is on you then.
I know if anyone saw the Open Legend 3-shot that we did.
The Imprisoning War? That one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I annoyed the hell out of Elias because I built an entirely defensive character.
No, you did. That's right.
It was massively min-maxed.
Love that.
It worked out. There was a lot of combat.
Yeah, it was a super fun character. Like I built that for my design.
You were so broken, you tried to help the guards.
Well, he was a pacifist.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
I missed that episode. That was the first one.
Yeah, Jody comes to me with his character. He's like, he's a total pacifist, by the way. I'm like, okay. He goes, but, if someone throws hands at him first, then he'll be like, okay, sometimes you got to talk with your fists. I'm like, all right, I can work with that.
That's kind of the vibe of the barbarian character I'm making for Kiri's.
That first encounter, they wouldn't let the guards attack for 2 or 3 rounds. So Jody's just talking the whole time.
Oop.
It's great.
Damn, amazing.
It was really fun. I had a blast playing that character, and I would definitely play that character again in any Open Legend game I could because wow, was it awesomely fun.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
I'll have to remember to brush up on the rules next time I DM that character. With a few rare exceptions, it is designed to just be annoying, and the only limitation to the character is the fact that I 100% said, maybe you aren't allowed to make the attack or take the attack action ever.
Like if I just don't let you take the attack action, you're not quite as broken.
You will not be attacking today.
Oh, you thought you were gonna do something? No.
It was super fun. Like anyway, so it's one of the things that I think Open Legend does better than almost any other system is just if you have an idea for a weird character, you can probably make it an Open Legend. Anyway, so yeah, officially Tears of the Realm, June 17th, and working up to that date, we'll have a bunch of other cool stuff. You might be able to get introduced to the characters if you follow the various places that Zelda Universe exists, like Twitter and YouTube, and yeah, we'll be doing some cool stuff for it. So tune in.
Vine.
Yes, Vine. Always
Rest in
check
peace.
out the Zelda Universe of Vine.
Okay, I'm
Because
ready.
Vine still exists.
Their podcast is on Zoom.
I know somebody who worked on the Zune.
Oh, Zoom. I thought you said Zoom.
One of my
It's like
colleagues.
they recorded on Zoom? No, they distributed on Zoom.
On the Zune.
Wait, what?
On the yeah, you remember the everyone knows the Microsoft Zune.
Yeah, the most popular failure ever.
Yep.
The N-Gage is calling.
Ah, yes, the taco phone. Excuse me, let me take a phone call my taco.
Fries and BlackBerry. All right, so
Where's my sidekick?
Damn.
Blip.
anyone remember PDAs? Those used to be a thing.
I really, really wanted a PDA and was looking at getting a really good one right before the iPhone came out.
I feel like it kind of worked out in your favor because then you just get the iPhone.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, now we have, I believe the term is phablets, which is a phone and a tablet. And I think we as Americans in general are not allowed to name things anymore.
You also have to be really careful how you pronounce that.
Yeah, I know.
Speak for yourself. I'm going to go get some freedom fries later for lunch, okay?
Perfect bit. No notes.
Cut, check the gate. I think we're good.
Great. See you guys next month.
Okay, bye.
So, yeah, other than that, it's not like we're almost an hour into our 2-hour time slot here.
All right, look. We need 3-player characters to run the game. Lex literally just walked into my apartment and then we just went live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally showed up at 9:15, and as we were going up, Elias was like, "You ready to drop right in?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, we're clear now, so.
It's how we roll. So, I think unless anyone else has any burning announcements,
Nope.
I think it's time for us to return to the Eschatology Code.
That's how you say it.
I never know.
Yeah, I literally asked a friend of mine who is actually a trained voice actor and studied dialects of English as part of his degree. So I go, how do you say this word? He's like, oh, eschatology? I'm like, that's it!
Nice.
So, to bring us back into the world of the strange. In the world of the strange, Earth is not the only reality that exists. There are many recursions, alternate realities, alternate planes of existence where the laws of physics sometimes don't work quite the same. One of the most well-known and established recursions is a world called Arden, which is inspired and flavored by the various fantasy mythos that exists exists on Earth. Recursions in and of themselves seem to stem from the imaginations and stories told by people of Earth. The players belong to a group called the Estate. The Estate is a clandestine organization whose sole purpose is to monitor various recursions and prevent people from other incursions from causing problems for Earth, and to prevent anyone on Earth from abusing other recursions, which might draw the ire of massive creatures that exist in the strange called planetovores, whose sole form of nourishment is eating entire worlds. Thus far, Earth has been able to remain hidden from the planetovores, but anytime people start messing with the strange and dangerous or unethical ways, it always has the possibility of exposing the Earth to significantly more dangerous things than the strange. Most recently, the players have been sent on a mission from the Estate to look into a church in Sioux Falls, North Dakota. That I have to remember what it's called because I have like 14 pages here. The All Souls Church in Sioux Falls, North Dakota, has fairly recently been preaching about the end of days and the apocalypse in general. And it actually, because of the fervent belief of the members of the church and the head pastor, has actually been getting a lot of news coverage, and the Estate realized that something strange must be going on there, and so sent the players to investigate. On the flight there, they were ambushed by a pair of church practitioners wearing these things called war glasses, which effectively gave them the superhuman abilities that quicken people, which are people that are aware of different recursions, and because of that have superhuman abilities. These war glasses would give those abilities to anyone. And a strange creature called a gremlin, which was attempting to cause the plane to crash land.
Yeah, we forgot to ask that dude what the deal with the gremlin was.
Oh, that's right. God damn it.
After a brief interrogation, they were able to get to the ground and avoid too many complications after someone simply known as the Fixer was able to get them out of any interviews and things like that. And now they've been given a rental van that they can use, and they all have rooms at the local Holiday Inn Express near the church itself. And that is where you're going to pick it up.
This is so bizarrely real.
Hey, is anyone staying in a Holiday Inn Express last night?
So there is or is not a continental breakfast?
They told me in the lobby that there was. I don't know. Oh, look.
Because Sioux Falls is such a massive town, that the Holiday Inn Express is the nicest hotel in town. The continental breakfast includes bagels, cream cheese, a waffle station that doesn't seem to currently be on, and orange juice.
Like, I know you're
And
trying to
some
describe
fruits.
like a mediocre like continental breakfast, but all of that sounds really good to me right now.
Continental breakfasts are still like good.
Yeah,
Holiday Inn always had good stuff.
yeah.
We're not sponsored, however.
Good damn.
Holiday Inn, if you would like to sponsor us, we have no problem shilling ourselves out for hotel accommodations.
We could actually make good use of a hotel sponsorship.
Yes, we do. We do. We could.
Conventions that we go to.
Could
Holiday Inn, call me.
But we'd always have to stay at the Holiday Inn Express, so like we'd be staying like 3 miles out from the event at all times.
I mean, that's any place other than LA. That's usually okay.
LA, to be perfectly honest, in LA, if you're 3 miles out, you might as well walk wherever you're going because it will be faster.
Depending on the time, but kinda. North by metro station, easy. Flip is by the bagels, just like getting like a bagel and getting like cream cheese and just so good. I'm hungry. I had breakfast. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. The rest of you guys, what would you like to do?
If it's breakfast time, I'm eating.
Should we be rolling recovery?
If you would like to, so in the Cypher system, the way that recovery works is every day you have 4 recovery rolls. Your first recovery roll takes a single action. Your second recovery roll takes 10 minutes. Your third recovery roll takes an hour. And your fourth one takes 10 hours, which is effectively the end of your day. So if anyone is missing any points for any of their pools,
I should have my pool should have like 10 might instead of 6, right?
you may have taken some damage.
I know, I just don't remember how much damage and what the max is to know, oh, I should roll.
It should be on your character sheet if you took it down.
Yeah, so it looks like you probably changed your pool number instead of your current value.
Oh.
So I'll just put that to. I'll just flip those.
Oh,
around.
you're doing
You
it.
currently have 6 mic. Yeah. I have control over everything.
I didn't realize that I oops. Yes, and I am going to use my recovery time.
Yeah. So we can roll 3 times.
If you want, that'll mean that all of your recoveries for the day are done.
Well, I was wondering because would this apply to the day before?
Was it implied that we have slept, or has that not happened?
Just to make things easier.
Because this is next morning.
Let's say you all were able to. Yeah, this is the next. Let's call this the next morning. Sure, I'm good with that. So you guys can, just to make things easier, guys, you can just go ahead and reset all of your stuff to its base level.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry about rolling recovery. For those of you watching in chat, we do enjoy having chat be a part of all of our games. So if you look at our channel points, which we, for some bizarre reason, call rupees, if you open that up, you can actually see a bunch of different ways that you can interact. You can give them a reroll token. You can give them what's called an effort token, which basically makes it easier for them to succeed. You can give them recovery tokens, which should be self-explanatory. And you can also give them what are called intrusion tokens, which are another way that they can kind of manipulate the game in their favor. And if you've decided that you just want to make their lives more interesting, you can give me a GM intrusion token, which effectively means that I can make things more difficult for you. So definitely take advantage of the cool stuff that exists there because, since we're going to be using the Cypher system for our next campaign, this is kind of our trial run to see what price points we want to have for all of these different things. So, And already, Low-Tad Queen has given me a GM intrusion token.
What does this mean?
So, thank you, Low-Tad Queen.
What does that mean?
What does what mean?
The GM intrusion token.
So intrusions are a thing that's unique to the Cypher system where as part of a role, the GM can intrude in the role by saying, well, this other thing that affects the role is happening as well. Like, let's say you're trying to pick a lock in a dungeon. GM might intrude going, well, while you're trying to pick the lock, you smell something. It seems that there is some sort of leak in the area, which is making it more difficult to concentrate. The difficulty of this task has been increased by 1. Or while you're picking the lock, you hear this somebody's coming near. You are going to have to do this quickly. So if you want to continue this, the difficulty is going to be increased by 2 steps because you only have a few seconds. In the Cypher system, normally what happens when a GM intrudes is they give out experience points to the players. So it's actually beneficial for the players for the GM to intrude because they get cool stuff. In our kind of different version of it, whenever I give an intrusion, I will be also giving out either a reroll token or an effort token. I haven't quite figured out which one I want to give out yet. So my intrusions will be beneficial to you guys as well. So it's kind of a give-take thing. Yeah, things will get a little more difficult, but you also get a little benefit. So that being said,
so anyone else playing, put the Switch down for 2 seconds. Give us just redeem some stuff. Redeem some stuff to help us.
Take your hand off the controller, move your mouse, click, go back.
Imp, you sweet summer child, thinking that will work and not be against us immediately.
I mean,
think of if you were saying that to yourself in chat, and Kiri wasn't here.
I have helped the rest of you too, so don't even with me.
Sure, just as much, right?
You can only help my bad rolls so far.
As much as I feel inclined.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we'll see exactly how much chat feels inclined here soon, I'm sure.
And Ayoop.
Thank you, Low-Tad Queen. Thanks for nothing.
Damn.
So, that being said,
I guess we need to go to church, right?
If you guys want to, you're welcome to try and do any kind of research about the church before getting there, or you guys can just head over there.
I think I'll do a little bit of research.
I'm gonna head down to the Holiday Inn Express library.
Okay.
I pull out. I guess
they do have a business center there that has a single computer.
It's just there's a phone book from 1997.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why is it redirect to AOL?
They
Weird.
Just upgraded from dial-up to DSL. So.
Oh, good. So we're in 2005.
From Windows XP to Windows Vista.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross. I'll go and do some research.
Okay.
Did we not bring laptop? Like,
yeah, I was like, do we have laptops?
We have Dells.
Surely the estate can afford basic computing.
I think.
I would say because you guys are kind of geared up for combat more than reconnaissance, none of you actually have a laptop in your inventories. But a few of you have cell phones and smartphones.
Yeah, I have a smartphone because I texted the other person.
That's more powerful than half laptops anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. I will do some research on my phone.
So you do find that the Sioux Falls All Souls Church actually has a website, and the site provides a vision statement, an address, a few pictures of parishioners seated in a large sanctuary, And the vision statement is actually a quote from Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. And then you can also see a picture of Father Foss, who is a thin, tall, older man with blonde hair smiling into the camera.
Is that him?
Yep, that's him.
I looked over Alexa's phone and there's just a picture of Link.
Yeah.
This is him. That's the man.
Long hair, seems to have a prosthetic.
Seems to have a weird arm sleeve. Yeah, that's him.
Lots of shirtless pictures for some odd reason.
Does it have the essence of like? It looks like it's like almost a modern website, but there's a lot of weird like design choices.
I mean, it's got a GeoCities address.
Oh my god!
How?
Gross.
You also notice, like, the church itself has gotten a ton of press coverage recently because they have kind of exclusively gone not only into talking about the end of days, but specifically predicting that the end of days is happening today. Actually,
how is that not the first thing on their website?
Oh, is it today?
Well, that's what you realize is like they have like a schedule on there where they have like every Sunday 9 a.m. prayer service, 9:30 Sunday school, 10:30 morning worship service. So it seems like the website itself has not been updated recently at all.
When is the pancake brunch?
So they left the recurring events happening after the end of days event.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's about right. Hey, even at the end of the day, they still got to keep some sort of routine.
Go ahead.
No.
I said for those of you that were eating breakfast in the kind of breakfast center, they do have a TV on, and the news is on, and you see various like weather reports and other kind of local stuff. And every so often you'll see kind of a short snippet where they will show what looks like live coverage of the church itself, but the church doesn't seem to be really active or anything. There's nobody coming in and out, but apparently it seems like there is a news presence there.
At the church right now.
All right, so we're looking for that guy, and we're looking for the quantum computer specifically to destroy it, right?
Yep. Again, the war glasses seem to be powered by what's called a quantum computer, which is effectively something that takes advantage of the strange and other recursions to allow it to kind of break the laws of physics and do things that a computer shouldn't be able to do. And those are extremely dangerous because they can attract planet owners. So the estate in general, anytime they hear about a quantum computer, they will send agents out to stop it.
All right. So infiltration.
Probs.
Who's gonna distract the guy? Vanessa, you've been quiet.
If by distract you mean I tried to pummel him.
Okay.
What part of
follow up to that?
What part of me has ever tried to sneak in?
No, I didn't mean to imply that you're the one who should sneak and distract. I just mean that if we go head on into this, there's going to be a lot of devout followers on us. Some of them probably with a lot of those glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, do we have to attend if we're... Would the event itself be a distraction so we could try to get in some other way?
Here's my other thought. It's on the TV, it looks like there's a lot of press people out in front of the church.
The video feed that you can see doesn't show anyone, but it is a live feed. So obviously there is a press presence there. However, none of it seems to be on camera, which is a really, really common thing. It's just the church, and the church itself, no one's coming in and out or anything. It's just the building. every so often you'll see a reporter with a mic on screen with a church behind her. Other than that, and it's relatively common for various news associations to pretend that they are the only person there, and so you won't see other reporters in any of their shots.
If you pan just 2 feet in either direction, you would see
the line.
Yeah.
Any cameras that are covering that area, and if they see us, we might get put on camera, and that means they're going to get put on notice that we're there. We are going to need to be able to do this tactfully.
We'll go in the back.
We're going to have to, and we'll have to make sure there are no cameras there.
I'll just shoot him.
Pretty standard way to deal with the press in general.
No, the cameras, not the press. The security cameras, not the press cameras.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't thinking security cameras. I was fully thinking press cameras.
We'll go in the back where the only cameras we'll have to deal with
would be security. Okay, got it.
I love how you had to quantify each statement following by the next one to follow the next one. Like, we'll shoot them. No, the cameras. No, the security cameras.
Hey, it's important to know.
I don't know the guy's name on first. No.
Who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Third base.
Third base.
Plus, if we come in the back, we'll probably have quicker access to whatever underground or back room is housing this computer.
Not unless it's a secret passage in the middle of the church.
Then we'll find the main passage.
Well, Ashman's out there. All right. Well, I'll get my stuff, and then we should head out.
No, I got my stuff. I'm ready.
Oh, well then.
You need to turn your watch off. His watch has been yelling at me ever since he showed up.
I silenced it. Serious different problem. I'm gonna go up to the hotel room, like grab my whatever else I need, and then come back down.
Okay.
It takes me like 5 minutes.
All right. So, yeah, you guys are able to get everything that you need, get into your rental van. And the church itself is kind of sequestered away from the rest of the city. It's not like completely, middle of nowhere. But it's relatively kind of separated from it, like its closest neighbor is probably half a mile away. So as you guys get there, you guys can see a few news vans, though you do notice kind of a lack of actual reporters that you can see on there. Every so often you'll see one dude with like a camera just like looking around, but other than that, it's mostly a bunch of news vans and things like that. So what do you all want to do? And from where you are right now, they wouldn't have noticed you aside from any other traffic. So you're far enough away that you haven't given away yourselves.
Should we drive and see if there's any activity in the back before we commit to parking in the back and all that?
Well, I would imagine no matter what, we probably want to park behind to keep the vehicle.
Well, just so we can scope it out, see what we're getting into before we pull up and don't know what we're in the middle of.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys
just drive around and we go look over there.
Yeah, quick drive by.
Okay. I was going to say, if you guys, after you guys do a little bit of surveillance, you do notice there's a single driveway that goes into the parking lot that wraps around the church itself. So if you drive to the church itself, you're going to have to go past all the press vans. There's no way around it. But if you park somewhere else on a side street or something and then just walk cross country, you can get to the back without seeing the majority of the press people.
I think it's too much at risk to just go through the actual driveway parking lot.
Okay.
I'm trying to avoid us getting on the press cameras because
I see that, yeah.
They're gonna take notice of that and think, oh, something's happening. And then if the church gets wind and sees screenings and say, oh, there's someone here, everyone's going to be on high alert.
Counterpoint to that, if we get out and walk, there's a small chance they might see us as people walking to the back. And if we stay in the van, they're just going to see a rental van go to the back.
That's also a good point. What's worse?
How do they do things in Arden?
Speak to the back, beat the guards up.
All right,
Maybe they like all their vans.
then let's see.
Maybe there's a
All right.
car, but that's if they allow them back there.
Go park in the bushes and walk the rest on foot.
All right. So, if you guys would like to do that, I'm going to need a difficulty 5 speed test to see if you guys can kind of sneakily get in there. And if you have any skills that involve like sneaking or stealth or anything, you can use those skills.
I'm using 1 effort edge and subtracting 2 speed to do difficulty 4.
Okay.
I don't know if it applies here. I do have skills in hiding.
That's what
Sure.
times
I'll let you use that.
3 to 4 times what 3?
Yes.
Yeah,
So.
times 3. Yeah, it doesn't matter from my roll. Just roll, and we'll
I'm just gonna roll this flat, so I need to roll a 15 or higher.
just always roll it flat.
Is that cocked to you?
It's a 7.
Damn. Nope.
I rolled a 17.
Okay. So.
I'm not good with foliage.
Vanessa, due to the fact that you are
My gun
used
goes
to
off.
being, because Arden in and of itself has some very heavily wooded areas, and it's your kind of standard fantasy realm. So you're used to kind of sneaking your way through foliage and other stuff to get where you need. You get to the back door without breaking a sweat. And as you get there, you realize that you got there a lot faster than the other two, who were kind of getting tripped up on bushes and stuff like that. So you just kind of stand by the door waiting, and as they finally start getting close, you suddenly hear,
Lip holding their side.
This is Kathy Billion from KELO Land News. We have some new arrivals at the church, and you see this woman with a mic and a cameraman kind of running towards you guys. Excuse me. What can you tell us about what's going on inside the All Souls Church? Are you here for a miracle? And they shove a microphone in your face.
Whose face? Important question.
That's a good
That is a fantastic question. Why don't you choose even or odd?
I'm an odd person, so let's go odd.
It is your face.
Great.
So Mike just gets into your face. Are you here for a miracle?
Yeah. Yes, of course. We are here for miracles of miracle quality that are very personal, so we won't mince words with them on camera specifically. Yeah.
I'm gonna present
what brought
myself
you-
as kind of just like we have places to be, like security type, just like, okay, is this the last question, and just not any forcibly thing, but just kind of body language being like, okay,
Okay. She, you're not 100% certain if she's just not picking up on your body language or purposefully ignoring it.
She's a reporter,
So, what's your opinion of Father Nick Foss? Do you believe that he has been chosen by God to give us guidance as we enter the end of days?
Well, the end of days is going to bring a lot of major changes. Father Foss is a good man. He's a good leader. Obviously, we'll see where things go. Anything can happen at the end of days. All bets are off, of course, But I'm looking forward to seeing what he does.
That's all we have time for, man. Come on, sir. I just kind of usher him off.
Another quick.
Keep walking. Keep
question.
walking. Keep
Do you
walking.
believe
Just
the
keep
end of
walking.
days and she
Just
keeps
keep walking.
kinda talking over you.
I'm not
As
talking.
you-
I'm just walking. Actually, just
Yeah.
leading.
Well, she will not leave you guys alone. As you get to the door, Vanessa, you would have already realized this. The door itself is locked.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Well, point of order, real quick. So if the reporter is on our butt the entire time, I am not leading her towards the back, towards where I know Vanessa is.
Okay. I mean, Vanessa's not particularly like. There's nowhere to really hide in the back of the church. It's a wall with a door.
That's why. That's why I'm trying to not bring reporters back there.
So you guys, because you circled around, like by the time she started talking to you, all she has to do is turn her head to see Vanessa.
Oh, we're already back there. Never mind.
Yeah, you guys got to the back of the door.
I thought we got
Vanessa
caught in the
there.
parking lot.
No, I assumed like you
No,
were
no.
walking. You were taking us to the door, and then it was gonna close on their face. Thing.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it was locked.
Never mind then.
It doesn't look like a particularly complicated lock, but it is locked.
What was the question that they were asking?
They were asking if you believe the end of days is happening today.
I guess there's one way to find out now, isn't there? That's the answer. And I'm just looking around being like, oh, let's go. I can't hold them for that much longer.
As we get to the door and she keeps asking that question, I'll just pivot, kind of like usher you behind me and be like, that's enough questions. I'm going to have to ask you to go back to the front now. Sorry. And I'm just going to try to push them. I'll go with them, but I'll just try to keep pushing them towards the front.
Okay, go ahead and make me an intellect roll to see if you can kind of convince them to go. We'll call this a difficulty. She seems particularly adamant about not leaving, so we're going to call this a difficulty 5 test.
Hey,
18.
nice.
So as you're kind of going, all right, let's move along. Finally, you see her. She starts going, hey, now I'm with the press. She takes out her press pass. We as the press, we are you're required by law to have us here. We have freedom of the press in this country. Thank you very much. And it seems to be falling on deaf ears as she's seeing it, and so she kind of covers her mic a little bit with her hand and goes, listen, maybe, I really need this scoop. Maybe if, Jim, why don't you go get us some B-roll footage of the front? And Jim just kind of looks, fine, kind of wanders away. I'm more than happy to, just kind of shadow you guys. But this is a huge scoop, and we haven't heard anything from inside the church in a couple days now. So,
Okay.
if you guys are going in,
I tell you what. I mean, we have things we need to do, which is why we're in a hurry. But I will see if I can get Father Foss to come out and say a few words directly to you. How's that?
go ahead and give me another intellect.
Oh boy, come on.
Is this another level 5?
Yeah, she seems very distrustful of you.
Why? I have done nothing but try to get her away from me. It's a 10.
10. So she says, you seem really, really intent on not being observed doing whatever it is that you're doing. Are you supposed to be here?
Just as much as you are. You have your
Well,
rights. We
see,
have
I
ours.
have this press pass. What do you have?
I have authority to be here.
By whose authority?
look,
Church attendees don't require passes.
how far is B-roll guy away at this point?
He's turned the corner.
All right, we're all we're still in the back.
Yep.
All right, I'm looking over. How are we doing with the door? Has anything happened with the door while this has been happening?
I don't know. Vanessa, have you been working on the door?
If you want Vanessa to work on the door?
I mean, I can try, but I don't know how good I'll be.
Vanessa working on the door is going to be taken at a club or just trying to just pull it off the hinges.
I'll work on the door.
Way to get through a door.
Yeah.
That would
like
be.
I said, the locking mechanism in and of itself does not seem particularly complex. If you want to attempt to,
I know, but I don't have lockpicks.
If you want to try and pick it, which could involve using a pair of lockpicks, it could also involve using a credit card. It'll be a difficulty 3 speed-based task.
I don't think Vanessa even has that kind of. I don't picture Vanessa having that kind of skill set.
I can do it.
Yeah, credit cards not a big thing on Arden.
I imagine she got something issued to her, but it's like, because to keep up appearances, but she's just still like.
Do you want me to try?
If you'd like to, I'm going to use that GM intrusion that I got from Lotad Queen. And I'm going to say normally this would be a difficulty 3 task, but because you are kind of being hovered over by this person, and she seems to have realized that you guys are not exactly who you're saying you are, in order to do it secretly. It's going to be a difficulty 4 test.
Okay, so 12 or higher.
And just to kind of get into the swing of these the things, the way an intrusion normally works in the Cypher system is that it would give you 2 experience points, and you would be able to give 1 of those to someone else. In this particular instance, I'm going to give you 2 reroll tokens for doing an intrusion. You get to keep 1, and you can give 1 to someone else in the party.
I'm gonna give the other one. I'm gonna give the other token to Elias.
Okay.
Because I get to watch his rolls. So just so you have one. I'd like to burn the reroll token.
Go for it.
There are other numbers on that die, by the way.
Above a 10?
If you'd like to...
Natural 20.
Okay, never mind. But going forward, if you want to use effort, you do need to choose to use the effort before you make your roll.
No, you mentioned it. I was doing it flat.
Okay, just making sure. So yeah, as you're sitting there, you get a little assistance from Arlo as he's kind of more strong-arming this person. And you are able to kind of fit your credit card into the door, and you feel it kind of catch on the lock, and suddenly the door is open.
Don't leave home without it.
And to the casual observer, it would have looked like you probably had a key or something to use it.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So no trouble with the door. And all right. So seeing it go smoothly. I'm looking over to the door, looking at them that just casually open the door and looking at me expectantly. I'm like, we have to go. I will try to send him out later. And quickly go in and shut the door behind us.
As you're doing that, she kind of puts her foot in the doorway. She goes, maybe...
How close is she?
I thought we were way far away than that.
Again, she has been like
Teleporting
right on
forward.
top of you. She puts her foot in the door.
I'm
and says,
married.
maybe you'll respect this a little bit better. And she brings out an ID card that has the word OSR Special Agent on it.
Oh my god! You should have led with that. Come in.
She's, what? And she gets in. She's like, wait a
Oh,
minute.
sorry, is that ours? That's us, right?
Kind of.
Oh.
You guys belong to the estate. The OSR is a kind of different group. Kind of
They
like
know
the difference
things.
between the FBI and the NSA. Technically, yeah, they both work.
We're on the same
group.
team, but have a difference of opinion.
Oh. And they didn't lead with that up top, bro.
No, they didn't.
Well, you guys didn't.
Well,
identify
neither are
yourselves.
we. We're not supposed to either.
That okay, fair enough.
If she shows that, I quickly get her in with us and close the door behind us so no one else sees and we don't have any problem.
Okay.
At that point, I'll quickly show my badge.
She goes, "Oh, you're from the estate. Great, so they're here too. Wonderful."
I look at Arlo. Why is she here with us?
She's with OSR.
Oh, I see. Hello.
Is your cameraman with the OSR too?
Yeah, but let's just say he may not have quite as much information as I do about what's going on here.
Do you know where we're looking for?
This is a training exercise.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure he's getting a lot of B-roll training in. Do you know where this computer is? Do you know where we should be looking?
We haven't been able to get into the building since the whole eschatology stuff started going on. If you weren't a parishioner, they didn't let you in.
That's fun. You been noticing any other weird things coming through? We were on our flight in here. We got attacked by a bunch of their cronies.
2 cronies in the ground.
Yeah.
I've been seeing some things where we're relatively certain the computer is probably in the basement.
Okay.
Well,
I
can, if you guys want to go and look for it, I can keep a lookout.
Listen, there's been some strange things happening recently that have been centered geographically here. We think this may be a breach bet.
Which we would know means...
breach effectively, a recursion is kind of bleeding through into Earth, which can cause significant problems, especially if the laws of physics of the accursion aren't the same as here. Like, Arden operates under the laws of magic. So magic exists, and you can cast spells and things like that. If you try to cast spells on Earth, nothing will happen, because magic doesn't exist on Earth. So when 2 competing kind of laws of existence start interacting, very, very bad things happen.
Counterpoint, breach LARPs would be awesome.
I mean, if you ever sent to a rent fair, they're kind of already there.
Every rent fair is a breach. Yeah.
Right on.
I've been, accurate.
But she goes, "Listen, this is the closest that we've gotten to anything in the last few days, and whatever has been going on has only been going on for the last day or so. But I've been in contact with my handler. We were expecting the estate to do something. We weren't quite expecting you guys, but now that you're here, I can probably hold off the OSR from doing anything until you guys do something. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you guys don't seal this breach, the OSR will, and we will do it using F-22s.
We're gonna seal the. We're gonna destroying the computer, which is what we do, is gonna take care of the breach, assuming we need to get to it in time, and you guys can be Plan B. Just give us however much time we need
to get out before you start.
Let us know whenever you intend to enact Plan B.
Mm-hmm.
And if I see you gone now, I'm going to assume you've enacted it and follow you.
All right. Just understand, our Plan B is not subtle.
F-22s?
Look,
subtle?
You probably have faked being press enough to know you can spin anything.
Oh, yes, but spinning a bunch of civilian casualties will be significantly more difficult. It's something that we're willing to do, but I thought you all should be aware.
And that's the Plan B.
All right. Well, lead on, oh mighty agents of the estate.
Can I get a quick description of like the room that we're currently in? Is it like got like? Are we in a hallway? Are we like in an open room? Are there stairs?
So as you
Is there a
enter
waffle
the
machine
church
that's not on?
itself, yeah, you see a waffle machine. As you enter the church itself, you are in a hallway. On the right side, you can basically see 4 sets of doors, or 4 doors. Looks kind of like various offices on the right. On the left is just a wall, and it goes it goes about 20 feet, and then you can see it opens into a T hallway at the other end, which is closer to the front of the church. You think the other side is the church itself is not massive. It's only sorry, I was looking at the scales wrong. It goes about 80 feet until it gets to a T hallway. So.
Do we have a sense that there's anyone in these offices?
As far as you can tell, there's nothing. I mean, you guys are welcome to check the doors and everything like that. But
I want to check the doors.
Absolutely nothing.
So the doors are opened or closed?
All the doors are closed currently.
I'm gonna go open the closest one towards me.
Okay. So as you open it, you notice that the doors themselves are weighted so that they were just automatically closed. Yeah, this is it's a small office, but it's an office. You can see a desk and a chair. You can see various kind of bookshelves with a few different translations of the Bible, a bunch of different books on interpretation and all that other stuff. A few other kind of stranger-looking books, but it looks like a pastor's office.
So what I'm looking for here is anything that could seem to be like you remember like in the old Batman, or I don't know if the current Batmans do it, where they have the little bus that you open it up and it's a switch, and then like a bookshelf or something opens to reveal an entranceway to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for something that could be anything related to that. Of
Sure.
like, it may be, we may have a secret entrance to go down to the basement to where this computer is, and it might be in plain sight, but it might be just hidden in an office.
Sure. Go ahead and make me an intelligence roll. We'll call this difficulty 3. Not
Okay.
particularly hard to kind of quickly toss it.
And I need to burn 2 points in order to drop the difficulty by 1. Correct?
So a lever of effort normally costs 3 for your first level. If you have an edge
I do.
in intellect, that would reduce it by 1. So if you wanted to use effort on this, it would only cost you 2.
I'm going to use 2.
Okay.
And so this is now going to be a difficulty 2.
So you need a 6 or higher.
All right, let's see if I can roll above a
I've been
6.
rolling 7s all day. So.
It's not a 7, but it is a 6. Does meat beat?
Meat beats, yes.
Woo!
So as you look around, it's a really boring office. You go and you check behind a bunch of the books. You find a really, really thick concordance that the pages themselves show a lot of where that this particular book has been used constantly. And you kind of open it up, and it's concordance. It's a lot of stuff talking about, well, in the original Greek, this is the word that they use, and it's translated this many times to mean this. But other than that, like, it's a boring office. The computer itself, you do notice the computer has no power. And you go and you check the plug. It's plugged in, but it's getting no power whatsoever.
Well, I mean, but there's power. It's like this place does have like lights that are on, so it's not like it's a power outage.
Yeah,
Vanessa thinks the computer's important because it says gateway on it.
God, what year is this?
The chunky old church computer probably does say it.
You're right.
Fluorescent lights on. They seem dimmer than you would think they should be, but there's also a pretty decent sized window in this particular office, so there's a lot of natural light.
But the point is, there is electricity in here, but there's no power going into the computer at all.
Yes.
Okay.
They're siphoning the power somewhere. We just don't know where.
No, that's the thing. There's a book here that seems to have gotten a lot of use, but nothing seems like out of the ordinary that could be like, oh, oops, now I hit this thing and it's a secret passage.
Well, then let's quickly check the other 3 rooms.
Let's go check the other 3.
This is just like a basement access should not be unusual for something this big.
You'd be surprised.
Which is like even in my world, that's not unheard of.
So the next 2 doors are 2 more. The next door that you go into is another office. This one seems to be for someone that deals a lot more with children. There's children's books in there, and there's a few kind of coaching teens style books and stuff like that. And then the third room that you could go into looks to be mostly storage. There's bookshelves and things like that, but most of them are filled with like cleaning supplies and extra paper towels. The fourth door is actually a much larger room, and it seems to be kind of some sort of kind of meeting room. There's a big table in the middle of it. And there is a projector and a screen that's currently rolled up. You can see that there's actually a plug-in for a laptop if somebody wanted to use the projector to have like a little meeting there. And you can see on the opposite side of this room, there's another door that leads out of the room. So this room has two doors.
I want to go in and open that other door and see where that goes.
Goes to another hallway that as you look down back to the west, you see 2 more doors and then a set of double doors and a sign that says stairs.
Well, we got, I think, stairs down this hallway.
Great. Let's go.
And excuse me. Sorry, I had something in my throat. So, you guys, again, kind of noticed that despite the fact that, again, there's supposed to be a bunch of people here, you've seen not a sign of anyone since you've been in this building whatsoever. And getting to the stairs themselves, again, you've seen nothing. The church seems almost abandoned. The few lights that you see on are relatively dim. Again, the church itself has a lot of windows and things like that, so there's plenty of natural light coming in. So you guys have no difficulty seeing, but just no one is here. And the further in you go, Katie or Kathleen, whatever her name is, the OSR lady.
I don't think he ever gave us her name.
She gave us her reporter name.
But I've completely forgotten what it is already. Because I'm that awesome at being a dungeon master. Kathy, that's her name. Kathy Billy was the reporter name she gave. And you do notice that the OSR ID that she gave you also happened to have the name Kathy Billion on it, so you're not sure if she just has
okay.
an ID that happens to use the same name or if that's her actual name. Both are technically possible. Before I say the wrong thing. So, as you guys get to the door, compared to every other door in this building, these doors are actually propped open. And you can see them kind of descending down into
It's the right direction.
darkness. And real quick, Flip, you get a player intrusion token.
Woo! Thank you.
Cannot believe I'm allowing this.
So again, an intrusion, player intrusions are effectively you get to take the GM chair for a brief second and just kind of describe one beneficial aspect of the world that's going to make that particular role easier for you. So yeah, whenever you get to a situation, you're like, you know what, I wish this was happening. Like, well, for this particular role, I noticed that they're standing on a carpet. And I think the carpet there's a little, uptick in the carpet. So that makes it easier for me to unbalance them because they'll just trip over the carpet. So,
There's a pull me tab on the carpet that I can just yoink.
So yeah.
Out from under them.
So
early.
as you guys look over, it says these wide stone steps looks as if they've been made to resemble the cobwebby stairs of a gothic horror flick. Strands of white web twine the railings leading down to the landing. Thicker webs reach across the landing, and webs fill the raised alcove on the landing so fully that it's hard to see which saint's statue occupies it. From somewhere farther below, you can see flickers of multicolored lights and hear the faint echo of chanting.
Well, it seems like we're in the right place. This shit's getting weird real quick.
I cock my gun and descend.
I'm gonna also just be ready as well and follow.
So,
and
as
make
you
sure
guys
I don't
start,
lose sight of what's her face.
yeah. As you guys start heading down, you feel strange. Your clothing tugs, loosens, and shifts, and your skin prickles and tingles all over. Arlo, your hunting knife lengthens and becomes the size of a scimitar, and your pistol fades away to be replaced by a heavy bow. Vanessa, your clothing flows and thickens, and your two nightsticks become two sharp, thin sabers. To you, feels like coming home. Johnny, your skin turns gray, stiffens, and becomes as hard as rock, and the sound of your feet on the stairs thud with a massive weight. Your flesh has become stone. All of you recognize the effects of translation, which is effectively going from one place to a different recursion, whether that's Earth to another recursion or recursion to recursion. The strange thing about it is translation in and of itself doesn't work like this. Translation requires someone to start the translation. It requires someone to ease it. It is a long, involved process. It doesn't happen from just walk. All of you, if you go to your character sheet, you'll notice that at the very top you see Earth, Arden, Rook, and then a bunch of blank little circles. If you click on Arden, it will change your focus to your Arden focus, which changes your equipment and the various abilities that you have. Flip, you now abide in stone. So you are literally a golem.
Damn.
Haha.
And
Do I still have my gun?
You do not.
I just have these hands?
The only equipment you have, you do have a saber, which is a light weapon, but you also now have a unique attack from your golem fists, where your fists count as medium weapons because you're just this massive bulk. And you'll also notice your might pool has increased by 5 points because you're a big boy. If we go to Arlo,
Should I be fixing up that?
you now are a sharp-eyed vector who carries a quiver.
Yeah, I see my changes.
Okay. And then Vanessa, surprisingly enough, you have the exact same focus where you just wield 2 weapons at once.
That status.
You just went from wielding nightsticks to wielding a pair of sabers.
But anything you do there, I don't do it from here, I do it from there when I take damage, right?
Oh, his might jumped up 5 in one box, but not the other.
Yes, that's because on the left side column is just your base stats. The middle column where it says on Earth or on Arden, that is any changes because of your focus.
The entire column is, I see.
So should I be, in this particular, because I've been adjusting my base stats, should I only be doing adjustments now from that middle column?
If you change it in any column, it will update the middle column as well. And if you change it in the middle column, it will update the left one. They're all connected. So you can technically change either one. But the stats that we are technically using are the middle column. So if your might goes down to 0 in the middle column, that is when you would move a step down on the damage track, not on the left-hand column.
So I should have an issue that my might on the left column is 10, and then in the middle column is 15. Okay.
Yeah.
So
your real might right now is 15.
So it should only matter if, like, his might gets down to like 2, and then moves back into Earth, where his might total goes back to like something low. Does that take him down to 0, or does it stay low?
If that were to happen, normally you can't change your focus unless you are in translation.
That's what I'm saying. If we translate out, yeah.
Theoretically, yeah, he would. If he had taken more damage than he has in his might pool on Earth, he would be 0 might and then would move down the damage. Okay.
Got it.
But again, normally a translation takes like an hour to translate. And if you have people that know what they're doing, they can reduce that time to 10 minutes. The idea of you guys just walking down the stairs and changing is not possible.
It took an action.
So, what do you guys want to do?
What happened to what's her face?
Oh yeah, from the Kathy.
Kathy seems to be unaffected by it. Like her clothes don't change, nothing.
Does that normally happen for
non-quickened individuals? They do not have the ability to translate, and if they are ever kind of presented with something that from the strange, like a cipher or something like that, their brain will automatically kind of adjust things to make it make sense according to their understanding. So they are completely oblivious, for the most part, to the strange and its effect. So if she is non-quickened, then this would have no effect on her.
So
does she see us change?
As far as you guys can tell, that's a fantastic question.
Because I'm wondering, it's like, I figured, like, when she translates, she did translate, but we're in could very well be another translation. I'm wondering what happens to her.
She didn't translate, but she knows the stuff. So in theory, she should be quickened. The only way that should be possible is if she's from somewhere else, where people don't automatically quicken.
Yeah, because I was wondering, did her brain break? We're effectively translated.
It's possible that she's just never translated, and because of that, she's not affected by it because she's never actually been to another recursion. It doesn't tell me in the book. It just says that it doesn't affect her. All right. I wish I knew why.
I keep my eye on her and continue to deck send.
Yeah, I'll say if I was running this in my own world, I would probably say it's just that she's
I would pursue it if this game were not going to be over in an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's so weird because she is an OSR agent and she's aware of shit like this.
I'm just making sure I understood that for whenever we actually do a campaign.
She technically has, I believe it's called the Spark, but she's not officially quickened because I don't think she's ever translated. So
Okay.
We'll go with that. My knowledge of the strange used to be really, really good, and then I hadn't read strange stuff for like a year and a half, so I don't remember exactly how all of it works now. And they sure as hell don't explain it in the 17-page adventure.
Lovely. Anyway.
So, a large chamber occupies the basement of the church, but the contents shift and waver every few seconds in time to pulses of frenetic light emanating from a large machine sitting in the chamber's center. In the light of one pulse, a normal chapel occupies the space, including a pulpit. A man in ecclesiastical robes. Wow, I got ecclesiastical, but couldn't say robes. That's impressive.
Well,
Stands behind the pulpit, screaming out prayers to the Most High. Behind him, a gargantuan creature stands, wreathed in blue lightning connected to the central pulsing machine. Thanks to your ardent foci, all of you instantly know that this is the betrayer. And if he's here on Earth, the planet is in dire peril. In the light of the next pulse, the walls melt away, the floor of the machine, man at the pulpit, and the betrayer remain, but you and they are now perched at the top of a black tower in a place completely different than Sioux Falls. The tower is one of several studding a gargantuan fortress of black stone perched at what seems to be the edge of the world. Three creatures, just like the gremlin that almost brought the plane down on your way here, are also present around the machine during the Arden pulse. Reality shifts back and forth between the two scenes, and each time it does, you feel like the world tears a little bit more. So every few seconds, you guys watch as you go from church basement in Sioux Falls to standing atop this black castle, effectively, this black tower. Surrounded by a fantasy landscape that Vanessa seems somewhat familiar to you, but you're not particularly familiar with this specific castle. But it's definitely Arden. And it keeps shifting back and forth, which again, isn't possible. That's not how recursions work. So whatever is happening here is not just breaking the laws of physics and the laws of magic, which is what these two different worlds operate under. It's also breaking the laws of translation, which is how the entirety of the strange works. So this is breaking Earth.
I would like to break the machine breaking everything.
Okay. Well, why don't you guys go ahead and roll me some initiative.
That's a 14.
Initiative should be under your skills speed. So flip is a 14. Vanessa?
I'm sorry.
I just need an initiative roll.
I'm trying to figure out the initiative for that. How do you know your initiative?
Again, it's just a D20 roll. There's no modifiers or anything.
Okay.
It's just a D20. The only thing that can change it is if you're trained in initiative, it will lower the difficulty for it. So basically what you're trying to do is beat the difficulty of the various bad
I have a
guys.
U. I think it's untrained.
I'm trained in initiative, but I don't know how that affects anything.
It just means that it's easier for you to go faster. The way initiative works in the Cypher system is you guys will roll against the various levels of the enemy. So if you have like level 3 enemies, anyone that rolls a 12 or higher will go before those enemies. Anyone that rolls a 12 or lower will go after them. And if you're trained in initiative, that means for you to go faster than a level 4 creature, you only have to roll above a 9. Does that make sense?
So I should keep in mind if I'm trained in something here. Like,
Yeah, just let me know that you're trained, and it'll tell me. The number that you guys are trying to beat to go before everything is... To go before the betrayer, you're looking at a level 5, which is a 15. And you go...
Ones.
Do you want me to show it? I'll show my camera. I rolled a 15.
Okay.
I rolled a 14.
I rolled neither of those things.
15.
You rolled a
And then Arlo,
6.
what did you get?
6. But I'm trained.
And so it would have failed. Because you would need even.
Well, against God,
Well,
yeah.
actually, no. Yeah, technically, you only needed a 12 to get past it. You didn't even make that.
Nope.
But if there was anything that was a difficulty 3, you totally would have beaten it.
Yeah, like, some Alkalite or Gremlin.
Yeah, difficulty 3 was still good in 9.
I guess I'm just curious, why do I have initiative if I'm not trained in it?
Because everybody has initiative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you are untrained, it's a flat roll. If you're trained, you reduce the difficulty by 1. If you're specialized, you reduce the difficulty by 2. But
What about-
everybody has an initiative skill because you always roll initiative.
Does inability raise it by 1?
Inability, raises it by 1. Absolutely.
Got it.
And inability is the opposite of trained. And there's no double inability. Inability is as bad as it gets.
I'm about to say, if you get difficulty 5 and you have an ability in something, you just can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yepers. And anything difficulty level 6 or higher, or no. Technically, inability is something level 5 and we turn it to level 6, which occurs in 18. Anything 7 or higher is impossible.
Oh, sorry.
Because you can't roll 21.
Yeah, you can't roll a 21 on an 80-20.
No,
So,
my special D20 can.
that being said, the betrayer sits there, and you can see the betrayer kind of manifests this massive, glowing, kind of looks like a mall or a club or something, and he kind of readies himself. But since none of you guys are anywhere near the machine, he just seems to be readying himself.
Oh, he's going to take out the machine himself. This is great.
Vanessa, you are up first. What do you want to do? Again, there are 3 gremlins. There's a betrayer, and then there's also the father has a set of those glasses that you guys saw from before, the war glasses. So,
Well, and he's not. I'm going like kind of like also referencing the picture we're seeing here. So is he near the betrayer as well, or is he within range?
I have a map that I can't show you guys because it's part of the PDF, and I didn't cut it out. So hold, please.
Thank you, Hold.
Yeah, so the room that you guys are in is
I don't care.
I
I'm
know.
your kid.
50 feet by 100 feet. So, and you guys come in. So, the father is at a pulpit, which is roughly about, let's say, 30 feet away. So, or within about 50 feet. So, within a short distance of him. The betrayer is also a short distance away from you, and then the gremlins themselves. Everything right now is within a short distance.
Okay.
So
I was curious if I'm in range of the father, am I also in range of the betrayer taking a swing at me as well?
For melee attacks, they need to be within an immediate distance, which is about 10 feet. So technically, you are far enough away that you don't have to worry about getting swung at. However, any ranged attacks generally going to be minimum short distance. Most of them are going to be a long distance. So anyone that has firearms, or what you saw previously with these war glasses, is they gave them the ability to basically shoot lightning.
Vanessa remembers the lightning, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
if she could book, if she's just gonna go take out the machine, and she's gonna book it and gonna go right to the father because she knows lightning's gonna be coming her way or it's somebody else. So if she can, she'll get it to him and take a swing at him.
Okay, so in the Cypher system, every round you have just an action. As part of an action, you can move a immediate distance. To move a short distance, that would be your whole action. So if you want to kind of move in and kind of prepare yourself to fight, you can do that. Otherwise, the quantum computer as well is a short distance away. So a different short distance, but So do you want to? You said you want to head over to the betrayer then?
If that's into Father Foss.
Okay. So they're both kind of close to each other. Yeah, you can. Who do you want to go towards?
Father Foss.
Father Foss. Cool. Okay. So you kind of run up. You have both of your sabers ready, and that'll be your turn. Flip. I swear I've run combat in this strange before.
Who's the closest thing, like creature near me? The gremlins?
Probably, yeah. The gremlins are probably going to be. They're kind of running around, kind of causing interference. So one of the gremlins, let's say, no, they're all going to be within a short distance, but yeah.
Let's clear some of that interference. I want to go up and just like start pounding at them.
Okay. And what are you going to use to attack them? Are you going to punch them?
They want to play some catch. They're going to have to catch these hands.
So again, you could move a short distance as your action, but you wouldn't be able to make an attack and move a short distance.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and close that distance, and then I'll get my hands ready to beat the crap out of them.
Okay, cool. So you watch as this large golem just kind of starts running towards the gremlins, which are kind of dashing around, moving. Not only are they running, sometimes you'll watch them kind of get into the air and just fly around as well. That ends that. The three gremlins, because you are going after them, all three of them are going to try and take swipes at you, Flip.
No, they have to meet or beat my might.
So the way this works is they don't make attack rolls. You make defense rolls.
Defense rolls. I'm sorry.
Speed. Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
He makes us do all the work.
Yeah. So all you need to do is you just make 3 speed defense rolls, and that's it's difficulty 4. So you need a 12 or higher.
Great.
And again, if you want to apply any levels of effort, you can do that.
Well, I've already rolled the first one, so that ain't gonna help. And unfortunately, that was a natural 1.
All right. So that is a critical failure, which means that I get a free intrusion.
Great.
So, and I don't actually give out reroll tokens or anything.
No, yeah, I don't think I would deserve it for a natural 1.
But don't you have an intrusion too, right?
Yeah, so one of the things you can use your intrusions for is if you want to cancel out a GM intrusion, you can burn one of your intrusion tokens and just say, nope, you don't get that.
You know what? I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so as you run forward, these gremlins are just massively fast, and they're running around, and one of them comes over and just slashes, and having this stone skin, you kind of expect it to just kind of chip off, but it doesn't. They're able to kind of dig into your stone flesh and take off pretty large chunks. And one of them actually goes for your leg, and you think it's trying to kind of hamstring you almost, but you shift out of the way, and you still take 4 points of damage.
And that's from this score, not the might pool.
Well, it's speed. It was speed defense, right?
Oh, it
all
comes
damage,
out of...
unless I specifically say it, always goes from your might pool first.
Oh.
But I go through here, not through
right.
this.
Damage goes left to right.
But I go through the pool, not through the main number, right?
Yep. Go through the red. The red number is your current value. So
Yeah,
decrease the
that's
red
right.
number.
You see,
4?
You see how you hovered over it and said current value?
I do now.
Yeah.
4 points?
4.
Cool.
I believe so. Yeah. I'm just.
Alright.
trying to make sure.
Second defense roll.
Yep.
Tire.
I gotta be what, a 12?
12 is what you need. Yep.
Cool, that was a 5.
All right. So the second one comes over and kind of grabs onto your shoulder. It sinks its teeth in, and you take another 4 points of damage.
Is it always set damage?
Yeah. You don't roll damage in the
Number 3!
cycle system. Light weapons do 2 damage, medium do 4, heavy do 6.
It's gonna knock those other 4 off there.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
As a reminder, anyone that wants to, you can actually send these guys free recoveries, and if you send them like they did, Lieutenant Queen gave it to Arlo.
Thank you, Lieutenant Queen. Appreciate it. I will.
Damn.
Lotet, did you mean to send that to Flip? Oh, Flip. Okay.
Wow.
So we're gonna take that away from Arlo. Flip, go ahead and make a free recovery roll. Basically, it's a D6. Add 1 to for you. There should be a thing that says recovery rolls, and it'll tell you how much you add to it.
It's a D6 plus 1. I had to go on because he left for the bit. That is good. I recover 4 D6 plus 1, and I rolled a 3 plus 1.
Okay. So the way recovery rolls work is you roll them, and you have that many points for any pool that you want to put them in.
I'm putting them back in might because I was at 3 might.
Yeah. Due to the fact that I don't think you've taken any damage to any of your other pools. Oh wait, you did use a little bit of effort for speed. So if you wanted to, you could put it into your speed as well. But
I put it in. I took it from intellect actually, but I'm gonna put it into might because my might is currently real bad.
Okay. So also from Lotad, recovery token for you can have one too, Elias, and then also and Vanessa equality. So the rest of you guys, you could just bank the recovery roll, and it counts as a free.
My mouse is so sensitive.
1 action recovery.
Huh? This one?
I'm like, oh man.
To be fair, Lana, I've also been known to do that just to be spiteful.
With the gremlins being done, the father's seeing Vanessa run up to him. He extends his hand, and you see this bolt of lightning shoot out, and I need speed defense from Vanessa.
Somehow Palpatine returned?
Yep.
Somehow. Emperor Palpatine has returned.
We're not going to explain to you how it happened, because...
Apparently they did in Fortnite.
Only non-fans
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Talk to Vargas about it, Elias. It's wild. Vargas explained it to me, and I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, it's remarkably dumb.
Yeah.
Vanessa, you looking for a 12? What you got for me?
I got 13.
13, cool. So as the bolt of lightning comes, you see it, you bring your sabers up, and as they hit the lightning, you see it kind of reflect off of the metallic sheen of your polished sabers, and it hits a wall and kind of... now that they are done, Arlo, you're bringing up... Oh, go ahead.
What's Kathy doing?
Kathy is cowering in the corner because she has no weapons.
OSR agent didn't bring it.
No, she was there to get information, and again, their solution to this is to blow up the building.
Yeah, they hide behind desks and order airstrikes.
Everything around it as well. So she didn't need a weapon. She needs a walkie-talkie to call in an airstrike.
Maybe she can throw her press badge with her real name on it at him.
Oh boy, that'll do so good.
Arlo, you're bringing up the rear here.
Thank you for that. I am solely focused on the machine, the quantum computer, which we can see. Where is it?
Mm-hmm. The quantum computer is both the betrayer and Father Arlo are kind of standing in front of it. So it's a short
in front of
distance
them.
away.
Okay. Well, great.
It's there between you and the machine.
Oh, they're both standing in front of. Okay, but I have clean line of sight.
Yeah, it's big.
That's all I need. I look for the most sensitive part of the machine and attack it with a a piercing arrow.
Okay.
Piercing bow shot.
Go for it.
I think I accidentally scrolled your mic down. Oh no, is this accurate?
No, that's right. Okay. 7.
All right. What am I rolling? Sorry. Like what am I rolling to beat and everything?
It's speed, and I'm looking for it. Oh, for the process of 5. Never mind. Sorry, I just saw it. Gremlin, find the flaw. Just need a number, you damn book. I swear I've read all of this. There we go. It's level 5, so 15.
It's a speed attack. I have 1 edge and speed. I'm going to effort it down
Okay.
a couple more. So that's level 4 now, which is 12.
12 or higher.
It's 12.
Dang.
All right. So, just as a reminder of how armor works, the machine itself is slightly armored. So, how much damage do you normally do? It
5.
doesn't have, because you get to ignore armor with that, don't you? Because you get the piercing shot.
I have the piercing shot. I don't know if that ignores armor.
Wait a minute. I also have armor. Should I have taken less damage for that, Joey?
So the way that armor works is any physical damage you would take, which all of this is going to be physical damage, whatever your armor is, it is reduced by your armor. So if you have...
So I should take another 3 points of healing because I took 4 without realizing that I could have dropped that down to 3 damage anyway.
Yuppers.
Okay.
Armor just is a flat reduction.
Cool. Then I need to add 3 more points.
It's... No, I don't see anything where I think it's just as an additional point.
It just does extra damage. So,
but it did cost me 1 speed to do that, right?
So yes. So the way that like doing multiple things works in as far as edge is concerned is for a single roll, your edge is going to reduce what you want to do for that roll by 1. So your piercing shot was technically free, but your level of effort would have cost 3 because you've already used your edge on that particular roll. Does that make sense?
So I reduced it to 2, but it bumped up to 3 because the cost was 1. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I just had only marked 2 instead of 3, so I got it.
Yep. So
5 damage.
You do 5 damage.
-1 because of the armor, so it'd be 4?
No, -1 for my speed.
No, the computer
the armor.
has armor of 2, so...
so only 3 damage.
Hey,
But still...
damage to a quantum
starting to
computer.
damage.
They're a little fragile, you know? When they're not running off of magical strange energy.
Magical Palpatine energy.
So, as you guys are sitting there, as you loose the arrow, you guys suddenly feel this strange thing, and your Arlo, you watch as your bow kind of shrinks and morphs, and now you're holding your 9mm in your hand again, and your clothes have shifted. Vanessa, as you are getting there, you watch as your sabers turn into nightsticks again, and Flip, you watch as your skin turns into flesh again, and you have your sidearm again. But you also notice that all the gremlins wink out of existence. Oh, and that's what it was. Instead of, I forgot this, instead of hitting the computer, as you fire, one of the gremlins jumps in front and you demolish the gremlin. So you didn't actually hit the computer, but there is one less gremlin.
I've just been batting 1,000 with gremlins yesterday.
Yeah, you're demolishing them. So as you guys look around, now you can just see Father Foss and the Betrayer and the computer, but there are no gremlins, and you were all back in your Earth attire. So you can go ahead and switch back to your Earth foci. And we go back up to the Betrayer. Seeing Vanessa so close, the Betrayer is actually going to take 4 swings.
See, I wanted to know if I was close enough to get hit.
Well, you got close enough to both of them, so... it's a level 4 speed defense. Against these, you need 4, so...
I'm sorry, so I need to roll 4?
Yes. You need 4 rolls.
Jesus Christ. All right, fine.
Oh, wait, ignore that. It's not that. It can attack up to 4 creatures, not 4 attacks.
Okay.
Jesus Christ! He's very wrong. No, he takes a big swing, and because you were the only person close enough to get hit by it, you're the only one that's targeted by it. So it's a single speed defense roll.
14.
14 is good enough.
Jesus. Like,
So,
okay, well, welcome to the meat
huge-
grinder. I'm just going to keep pouring
As
in.
this huge swing comes for you, you kind of duck out of the way, and it just barely misses you. The creature itself seems infuriated at you and seems to be readying itself for another attack.
It's like that
Before it
flurry
can,
rush from a Lionel.
Yeah.
Flipping at the last second.
Vanessa, you are up.
Okay, so it's my. Okay, so now it's my turn. Right now. Okay, so I'm looking at all my Earth equipments. How? I'm guessing I'm close to the computer, right? Relative distance. Sure.
I mean, technically, you're in immediate. You're 3 kinds of distance: immediate, short, long. You're in an immediate distance of the betrayer and the father. Technically, it's just barely 10 feet beyond. So the computer itself is technically a short distance away.
That's all I needed. Since we're technically, because I didn't know how it translated, but since technically I'm in my normal garb right now, I must be like, I'm in his face, and I'm just like, reach my pack, and I take out one of my ciphers.
Okay.
Electrical grenade.
Okay.
Which I'm sure the computer's not going to like that.
Super Mike, I have to look and see what it does again.
Let's see. That should pop up in the chat if I click on it.
Oh, cool. Even better.
Oh god, what is this?
Explodes in an immediate radius inflicting damage equal to the cipher level. So it's level 5. Yeah, so...
And it's a range, so I'm pretty sure I don't even have to... do I roll anything?
I'm not 100% certain. Because it's a cipher, I'm going to say... For right now, we're going to say that it's a cipher and being able to get it in the correct place... Well, here, let's put it this way. I'm going to have you roll to see if you can get both the computer and the guy the enemies at the same time.
I mean, my primary focus is the computer, but okay.
And if you fail, it'll only hit the computer. Let's put it that way. We're going to call this a difficulty to aim. It's only difficulty 3.
I rolled an 18.
Well, it doesn't matter. So
Okay.
Yeah, they all take a pretty impressive amount of 5 damage. So the computer does not have defense against electricity.
That's what I was hoping. It's a goddamn
The computer
electrical
takes
grenade.
damage. Father Foss takes damage. The betrayer takes damage, who is not particularly fond of that.
I was like, granted, because I know this quantum computer is probably running off, I don't know, feeding levels or some bullshit, so I didn't know, like, I was hoping the electric grenade would probably shut this thing down quickly, or at the very least, really mess it up.
It definitely damaged it, but whatever it's running on, it seems more than capable of withstanding a single electric grenade.
It's running on Mountain Dew!
Damage.
Thought it was running on Matthew 6:13.
That one proverb thing.
Actually, I believe it was verse 33, wasn't it?
I guessed. I was
I don't know.
There's a 3 in it.
I was one
Cool.
digit off.
There's a 3 somewhere.
So, Flip, you are no longer stoned.
Were you waiting on that?
I'm proud of that.
I look at Vanessa tossing the grenade and going, "Oh wait, I have one of those too." And I pull out a corrosive grenade. And I'm gonna chuck it in the same kind of direction.
Okay. Again, go ahead and make me. It'd be speed based, by the way, because it's aiming. But the speed based roll to see if you can get all of them or just one.
Okay.
Again, difficulty 3 is not particularly difficult to aim.
Are the gremlins still there? Or?
Not a.
They're not. While you guys are
Oh,
on
but they
Earth, the
disappeared, you
gremlins
said
don't
that.
exist. Yeah, the gremlins don't exist while you're on Earth.
Till that to the one on the plane.
So I'm sorry, so who else did take the damage?
The betrayer and the father.
Oh. Alright. I thought it was
13.
Okay.
13. 13's enough. So yeah, you watch as you take out this acid grenade and just throw it. You watch as acid just spews from it. And what's the level of it?
It's a level 6.
Level 6. Okay, so it takes more damage. So that's 14.
It's the highest I rolled. Huh.
The Betrayer seems less than pleased by this.
Just realized I was not broadcasting music.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I was about to ask you guys, you're still there.
Oh, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay.
So, the father, having taken damage from both of you now, you watch as some of his burns, electrical burns and burns from the acid, start to close. And he turns towards Vanessa, or
Starts molting.
Flip, since you did more damage, and he's going to extend his hand and shoot a bolt of lightning at you.
No, I don't know about the rules, but all this stuff. Does me being in his face do anything for difficulty, or? I didn't know, like, because I'm playing like D&D brain. I didn't know if that works the same way. If there's like,
if it doesn't, I'm going to say it increases the difficulty. It would increase the difficulty for him, so it's going to decrease the difficulty for the defense roll by 1.
Who's being attacked here?
You are.
Oh.
You threw acid, so he's shooting a lightning bolt at you.
Oh, good.
This is in response to your grenade.
My grenade.
So, normally it would be level 5. It's reduced to level 4 because he's got someone right in his face.
So 12 or higher.
Yeah, burrs. And if you want to put effort into it, that would reduce it down to.
I rolled before you mentioned it. And
wait, before, can you choose to apply that before you roll, or does it? Or
effort has to be chosen before you.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Fail.
You can also use effort to increase the damage as well. If you want to use an effort, a level of effort, you increase the damage by 1. So.
Well, now I know for next time.
So
10.
As you see him, he shoots this bolt of lightning and hits you in the chest for 5 points of damage.
That brings my might all the way down to 0.
Wait. Does your recovery token, or do you already use your recovery token?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that also applying your armor?
No. Thank you for remind. Oh no, I don't have armor in this form.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
might to 0.
So when your might is at 0, when any one of your pulls is at 0, you move on the damage track from hail, which is perfectly fine, to impaired.
I've never seen the word hail before used to describe healthy.
Hail and Hardy?
I've never heard it either.
This is a South Dakota term or something.
Cypher, a South Dakota favorite. Or Dakota favorite.
I'm going to very quickly... where's the index? So I have to remember how that works. We're in the game. Ventures. Sorry, I just have to look up how the damage thing, because I can never remember exactly what the damage track does. So, okay.
Eventually it makes you dead.
Damage track. So, impaired.
Sure does.
Is a wounded or injured state. When an impaired character applies effort, it costs 1 extra point per level applied. So effort for you is now going to cost 4 instead of 3.
Cool. No, anyway.
And you also ignore minor and major effect results on your roll. So effectively, if you roll a 19 or a 20, you're supposed to get something beneficial. That doesn't happen for you anymore.
Dope. At what point do I go back from impaired to hail when I get a recovery?
If you increase your might pool to above 0, you will go from impaired to hail.
Okay, so in theory, if someone sends a recovery die, I can throw everything in might, and then I'll be going back to hail, and I'll get all the stat benefits.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Copy that.
Too bad nobody will.
Well.
Yep. So that being said, there's no gremlins, so Arlo, it's just you.
slightly more comfortable with this 9mm gun than the bow, I will expend 1 speed yet again to do a piercing 9mm shot at the computer.
As you're doing that, go ahead and do a recovery roll.
Thank you, Lota. That will put me back up to 5.
We've done so much damage to this computer.
D6 plus 1.
Oh, okay.
I believe Loted has given us a look into the programming code where they basically said they will do the opposite of anything Elias says. So,
Moving my damage track back.
As if that was not my plan all along.
So
you fell for it, you fool.
Again, difficulty 5 to hit the computer.
Yeah. Difficulty 5. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I will use my edge, decrease by 3 because it's cost 1.
To go to 12 or higher.
12 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know that Bon Jovi song, Halfway There, Living on the
Living on the thread.
Damn.
Everyone wants to give out reroll tokens. I'm sure they would love them.
Wow, that's crazy.
Hey, Jody, just so we can draw this out, a reroll token. In this case, you re-roll the die if someone in chat
And any effort of
You're absolutely right, Ilea.
Already have been applied, so you could definitely.
Ilea's not here, but their energy stays on.
As you take a shot at as you take a shot at the computer, you unfortunately go just slightly wide, and it ricochets. Oh look! What else do I use the 60k points for? A reroll token for Elias. Give a reroll for that.
Oh no! I mean, it's technically higher.
It's literally higher, yes. Just not high
10.
enough. I'm rolling a dice, Lotek. What do you want from me?
So you fire, it goes just barely wide, and as you fire, you again feel the strange change as your 9mm turns into a bow again. Flip again, you watch as your skin hardens and you grow an extra 6 inches. And Vanessa, you watch as your nightsticks turn back into swords. Back to the top, Vanessa, because I've been reading the initiative wrong, you actually go before the betrayer.
back to Arden.
Yep, and you're back in Arden again.
Okay.
Oh, jeez, gosh. Okay.
And the 2 remaining gremlins pop up again.
Well, I'm right in his face, I think, so even if I do move, that's going to be all I do. So, no, I understand. So I'm going to take 2 swings at Father Foss.
Yeah, because of your willed 2 weapons, you get to attack twice.
Okay. Does it make it more difficult, or do I have to?
No, you just make 2 attack rolls. Again, he's a level 5, so difficulty 5.
Okay.
And if you want to apply a level of effort to either one of them, it works the same way it normally would. So,
unfortunately, I would, but unfortunately, the betrayer also, I have a feeling it's like a Mack truck. I don't want to speed through. My fuel and my health is the same thing, so.
I still have the
first roll. 18.
18 definitely hits.
12.
Imp has our dice luck.
So the second one fails, but the first one hits solidly. How much damage do your sabers do?
Damage 2.
Oh, another thing I forgot to mention.
It says also, because there's 2 sabers, I don't know if that's because of the dual wielding, because it says the first one is 2 and then the second saber is 1.
That's actually a different attack. You have a special attack that you can do with the saber. I think it's like a stun or something.
Oh, saber bash. I'm sorry, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So that's, if you look at bash, it takes a mic point to do it. But
which I
forgot to mention, the sabers are light weapons. Light weapons, because of how fast they are, reduce the difficulty by 1. So instead of it being a difficulty 15, it's a difficulty 12 for you when you're making attacks with your sabers. So what was your second roll?
I think the second roll was 12. The first one was 18.
So A2 is going to hit regardless. The second one hits because you reduce the difficulty class by 1. So as you sit there, you slash with your first saber. You watch as Father Foss sits there and he takes the cut and he sticks his hand out and you can see lightning starting to form. And you just stick the saber through the hand and you watch him kind of look at it and he collapses dead.
Somewhere that other OSR agent's getting B-roll of that.
Camera dude's out front.
What does a camera turn into in Arden, I wonder?
What seems like the recursions only happened in the basement, so without him being here, he's getting.
That's what I'm saying.
Really
He snuck in behind us
establishing
afterwards.
shots.
Yeah.
So the betrayer, seeing you kill his servant, just brings the club ready to just smash you.
And roll again.
Difficulty 5.
14!
14. Not high enough, unfortunately. Oh no, it's difficulty
I
4
thought
for its attacks.
Yeah, I thought I beat him with... I thought I beat him with something like that.
Difficulty 5 is 15, but his attacks are difficulty 4, so that only takes a 12. So again, massive club comes down, and you kind of dive out of the way as it goes, and it actually cracks the basement or the tower floor because you guys are in a tower right now. That ends that. Flip. There are 2 gremlins and a betrayer and a computer. Which one do?
Am I close enough to the computer?
You, because of where you moved, you were next to the gremlins, so you're not at an immediate distance from the computer.
But I'm in striking distance of the gremlins.
Yep, you are.
Punch him.
Punch him. Go for it. Difficulty 4.
Okay. I don't think this thing can roll above a 10.
You rolled a natural 20 earlier.
Once.
Yeah?
Fail. 10.
10. So again, big old swing and miss.
You're more than welcome to roll to and roll 20 if you think it'll be better.
Nah.
The 2 gremlins are going to try and take some more bites out of Flip. So
Okay.
2 more speed defense Flip.
Oh, yeah, because if they reappear, they're right back where they were on Flip, right?
Yep.
What's the difficulty level?
4. So
Okay, I still need a 12.
12. Yep.
Okay, so maybe it can do it. Natural 20.
Natural 20. So again, if you roll a 19, you get a minor beneficial effect. If you roll a 20, you get a major beneficial.
Unfortunately, you're not impaired anymore.
Thank God.
What are you again? I think you're... Oh, please. I'm going to just give some character types. You are a vector, I think. Skills. Forces of Europe. What's your focus again?
Abides in stone right now.
Abides in stone. I'm just looking for... So, major effect suggestion. You break a weapon, shield, or piece of armor the target is using. Let's say you chip... so, as one of the gremlins comes up to you, as you attack it, you actually chip their claws that they're trying to attack you with, and they will... any speed defense against that gremlin is going to be eased for everyone by 1. And the second one, go ahead and make your second defense roll.
Once again, 7.
7. So the second one is able to get you, and they do kind of bite into you, and you take 4 points of damage.
This one is actually a 3. This form I have armor.
Okay.
So this will go just to 7.
All right. So moving on, Arlo, you got your bow back, and Father Foss is dead.
I was never aiming for Father Foss, and I'm slightly disappointed. I don't have my gun, but I can make it work. Same thing. I'm focused on taking down the computer to end this.
Go for it.
They seem to be handling all the organics just fine. Another piercing shot, another edge, so that's 3 down. for a challenge of 4.
4, yep.
Natural 20.
Hey!
So, in combat, a natural 20 can do a bunch of different things, but one of the things that you can choose is just to give extra damage. So,
Extra damage.
you deal 4 additional points of damage
It's 9 total.
on a.
We've done so much damage to this damn thing.
And it has an armor of 2, but that's still a lot of damage. So as you sit there and you aim, you not only hit the computer, but you seem to hit something critical, and you watch as sparks start flying and things like that.
I hit the quantum processor.
Yeah. I hit the insert tech knowledge here.
Quantum processors developed by Intel.
As the arrow goes, you again feel the world start shifting. You see your familiar 9mm appear in your hand. And the rest of you watch as you transition back to the basement in Earth. And we start off with Vanessa with your pair of nightsticks. You have the Betray in front of you, or if you want to kind of run over to the computer, we can say that's an immediate distance.
Okay, yeah, because I'm going to run over, if I can, and swing on the computer as well, I'll do.
Go for it.
I'll just beat the crap out of him, take 2 swings on the computer. Yeah, bash would work on this thing anyway. Is the difficulty change for just swinging on a computer on a stationary object?
No, because it's a really, really hard. It's going to be because it's level 5. It's difficulty. It's difficulty 5. However, as you guys have already seen, it does have an armor of 2. So any damage it takes is going to be reduced by 2.
Okay.
So for your nightsticks, they do 2 points of damage.
But they are still light weapons, right?
So if you hit it,
yeah, no, but saying so I have to use effort from speed.
yes.
Okay, I'll drop that down to 8.
But if you hit them, it will do 2 damage minus 2 damage because it has an armor of 2.
Oh,
Now, if you want to use a level of effort to increase your damage, you can increase. You can apply effort to increase your damage by 1, and then you would actually do something. But beyond that, your light weapons simply are just not heavy enough to get through the thick armor plating of the computer.
well, but if I do use, I can get through. If I do that and I hit twice, I can do at least 2 points of damage total.
But you'd have to, instead of applying effort to the attack roll, you'd have to apply effort to the damage.
Sure,
So you can absolutely do that. Go for it.
I'll try that. Because I literally can't do anything else. I'm not fighting the betrayer god.
What's happening? It's an earthquake.
That's nat 20. So normally you would do 3 points of damage. With a nat 20, you do 7 points of the damage.
I'll roll my second. It's good there. 18 on the other one.
So yeah. Again, for attack rolls, things work slightly different. 17, 1 extra point, 18, 2 extra points, 19, 3 extra points, 24. So with an 18, you're still going to do 5 points of damage. However, it only had 2 hit points left. So,
Hey!
as you guys watch, as Vanessa runs forward, she smashes the computer once with her nightstick, and it digs in deep. You see more sparks kind of fly. She comes over, flips one of the nightsticks around, slams the computer, and massive explosion of sparks. You watch as the betrayer kind of flickers out of existence, and you guys kind of very quickly shift between Arden and Earth, and Arden and Earth, and Arden and Earth, and finally the room kind of solidifies, and you can see the body of the father lying on the ground in a pool of his own blood.
As we're fading out, I look at the betrayer god, flipping him off as we're fading out.
The betrayer god will remember that.
Good. I hope he does.
And due to the fact that we're a little bit over time, we're going to go ahead and you guys were able to kind of deal with everything.
F-22 show up and
Yeah, the F-22s come in and
Abort!
blow you all up. And
Rocks
yeah,
fall
cleans up
from
everything real quick and easy. Characters are all dead. Rocks fall. Kathy is able to call off the strike, and she deals with the rest of the press since they believe that she's one of them. And you guys, the fixer is able to kind of deal with the cops and everything. You guys are brought back to the estate, and
where they have a working waffle maker machine.
Yes.
they do.
Final shot is just us hanging out in the cafe with waffles, just like doing.
That's our shawarma.
Yeah, that's our
you
shawarma.
guys-
Is eating waffles.
You guys are given a commendation from the estate for single-handedly taking out Quantum Computer and going toe-to-toe with the betrayer.
Yeah, I definitely went toe-to-toe to the betrayer.
So, that...
I'm amazed I'm not Hulk right now.
That is going to be all for us today. As always, if you missed any of the episode, we do upload all of these to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Zelda Universe TV, generally about a day afterwards. And again, in as quickly as Elias can get things reconfigured, Elias is going to be coming back with more Tears of the Kingdom playthrough stuff.
Probably going
the
to take
rest
a
of the day
lunch
today,
break, but yeah.
eventually, and then tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for stuff like
And I'll be here prop lurking in Elias's stream, either doing homework or also playing the game.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out how to not spoil each other and watch them playing each other's game. It's gonna
I
be
mean,
fun.
at this point, it's probably gonna happen, so I'll figure it out.
I will not look at your
Pupper.
Switch.
I mean,
You're ahead of me.
Pupper needs attention.
But you could still find stuff before I do.
You overestimate my capabilities of finding things.
I know that you've played Zelda games. That's my level of expectation.
So anyway,
Yeah, but I'm also not that smart.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Next week, correct me if I'm wrong, Elias, you are going to be running? Correct?
I will be back. I will once again be on top of Jody instead of Jody on top of me, as I will be everyone's gate master doing a Stargate SG-1 RPG one-shot.
You're getting away with saying that because Chax isn't here, or the or Gary.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So, yes, next week, same fun time, we're going to be playing the Stargate SG-1 RPG, which uses kind of a modified version of the D&D 5e.
It's from the 5e OGL, yeah, that was made. So
easy.
if you're familiar with 5e, you'll be familiar with how it grows. But it's all Stargate races and classes and like equipment and stuff. It's fun.
Oh, great. That'll be easy to make.
For me personally, it feels kind of like a hybrid between the Essence 20 system and 5e, because you only have technically 5 levels of classes, then everything else is effectively feats, and it's really an interesting system. I like it. Also, Elias has really cool Stargate dice.
Oh, I should dig those out. The
Anyway,
D4 is
again,
an actual caltrip.
Oh, God.
Tune in next week for Stargate, and then the week after that, we may have something really, really special for you all. So you should definitely tune in. Otherwise, again, that is all for us today, and we will see you guys probably in like an hour or two when Elias comes back. So,
Yeah.